before you go for prasadam, you please go to the registration desk in the front and get yourself registered. If you have already registered, collect the registration band. It's blue in color. If you have already collected, excellent. If you have not, please collect. If you are temple brahmacharis, if you are attending the program only once or just coming tonight, any case, everyone, please go and collect it. We just wanted to take a head count, and please go there and collect it. Everyone should go and collect it. I'll be the person checking downstairs during the prasadam time whether you have it. So please go and collect it. So I have few more announcements I will be making after the class. But for now, let us welcome His Grace Nityänanda Prän Prabhu. He'll be giving the lecture this evening. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Wow. If we can leave an aisle in the back open, because people will come for darshan. So please move forward. I don't bite, nor do I spit while talking, so don't worry. I don't have a list. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtotara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रीमद् Bhagavad-gita की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. So we will recite from Bhagavad-gita, chapter 18, text 73. It's on the board here. Like we do in Bhagavatam class, we'll do call and response, and then 3 from the men's side, 3 from the women's side, and then we'll see where we go. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Amen. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadat mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Ladies, please. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Nashtamoha smritirlabdha Tvad prasadan mayachyuta Sthitosmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna said, Nashtaha, dispelled. Mohaha, illusion. Smriti, memory. Labdha, regained. Tvat prasadat, by your mercy. Maya, by me. Achyuta, O infallible Krishna. Sthita, situated. Asmi, I am. Gata, removed. Sandeha, all doubts. Karishye, I shall execute. Vachanam, order. Tava, your. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I will not read the entire purport, but parts of it. Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt and prepared to act according to your instructions. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. If Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu did not make the announcement a few minutes ago, I would have said, good evening, my name is Dravida Das. But he stole my thunder, so I'll say it some other time. I aspire to be like Dravida Das, but anyway. Okay, just because it is cold, everyone's comfortable. Is anyone too comfortable? Okay, then I have to change it. And here's how I'm going to change it. We're going to do a little back and forth, just to warm things up even more, if you like. So this verse, before I explain it, I read the translation. Some of you have the book in front of you, otherwise you can pull it up on vedabase.com. We did word by word. So I want you to talk to your neighbor a little bit and I guess come up with a few things that I ask you to. This is not, but this is similar to when a patient goes to meet a doctor after he's been or she's been on medication. The doctor asks, how are you doing? And the patient gives a list of how things are. I'm like this, I'm like that, etc., etc. So, in one sense, the disciple is a patient and the spiritual master is patient. You didn't get, guys, come on, guys. Okay, Arjuna is now describing how he's feeling, what's going on. Okay, so in this verse there are 4 things, and I want you to find those 4 things. First, there is medicine. So you have to identify what is the medicine in this verse. Second, there is the disease. You have to find the disease. Third, there is the cure. Cure. Medicine is not cure. Only you take medicine, then you get cured. So one is cured. There is a cure here. And then there is good health signified here, or identified. Okay, 4 things: cure, medicine, disease, and good health. So speak to someone next to you and find out these four. Don't yell it out. We have a few minutes. Do a little searching. It's there in the verse. Pick up the verse, pull it up online, however you like, and identify these four things. You want extra points, you get to be first in the Ekadashi Prasadam line. You come up with the Sanskrit. If you come up with the English, you're third in line. Oh, this gentleman, no one's... Can you please include this wonderful person and that one too? Join them. We don't want anyone to be left alone. Goloka Das with Uttama Shloka Prabhu and Parma Karuna's father. Anyone left alone? That's okay. There is medicine, there is the disease, there is the cure, and the good health. Okay, it shouldn't take so long. You're sure then you don't have company? Okay. All right, you found the four? You found at least one? At least one? All four? Ladies, all four? Very good. All right. Usually, when a person first meets a spiritual master, so usually, when a person meets the spiritual master, the verse they speak is Nashta Smritir Moha Labdha. Usually that's how we begin our spiritual life. Here Arjuna is saying, Nashta Moha Smritir Labdha. My illusion has been dispelled and my memory has been revived. But the disease within the material world is, we say, Nashta Smriti, my memory of who I am has been killed, and Moha Labdha, I am full of illusion. Anyway, okay, so what's the disease here? Raise your hand, don't shout it out. Yes, Prabhu. Illusion. Extra points for Sanskrit. Give it a try. And no points for helping. We are Vaishnavas. We don't help anyone. Okay, moha, that's the disease of illusion. All right. What is the medicine? Mercy. Okay. Be specific. Service to Krishna. Grace. Prasada. She is my favorite. So, the specific medicine here is not just mercy. Of course, we mean it in the, it is Krishna's mercy. We say, Tvat Prasadan. By Krishna, by your mercy. Or for us, as followers of Srila Prabhupada, the phrase we're used to is descending mercy. Because Krishna's mercy doesn't come directly to us. It has to come through a medium. So it's descending mercy. Tvat prasadat. Okay, so that's the medicine. What's the cure? Meaning cured state. What is it? Let's see if the ladies want to... Go ahead, Mataji in the back. Gata sandeha, all doubts removed. Anyone wants to try something else? Karishe vachanam, unless you raise your hand, it's not valid answer. Regained memory. Her name is Veda, so you cannot disagree with her, right? The Vedas know everything. Okay, anyone else? Karishe vachanam tava. Okay. I mean, there are only few words in the verse, so you can shout everything out. Smritir labdha. Okay. Yeah, the cure is smriti labdha. My memory has been revived. And everything else are symptoms of good health. Just as we say to doctor, I'm feeling well. So then the question would be, how? We say, well, my digestion's all right, my appetite's all right, I'm back to doing things that I do, I'm feeling good health. So there are symptoms of good health. So in this verse, what are the symptoms of good health? Gata sandeha, what does that mean? Free from doubt. That's the first symptom of good health. Second, good spiritual health. Prepared to act according to your instructions. Karishe vachanam tava. This is another symptom here that we are forgetting, perhaps. Sthito, very good. Sthito. I'm firm, I'm situated, I'm determined, I'm clear, I have no hesitations. Okay, so sthita asmi, gata sandeha, and karishe vachanam tava. So these are the three symptoms of good spiritual health. The cure is smriti labdha. So this whole weekend, the theme is Vishnu Smaranam. The verse from Nectar of Instruction, Nectar of Devotion is Satatam. Always remember Vishnu or Krishna and never forget him. Vismartavyo na jatuchit. Sarve vidhi nishedasyor etayoreva kinkaraha. That all of the rules and regulations, there's a lot of echo in this. I mean, I love to hear myself, but it's a little painful. That all of the rules and regulations are meant for only two purposes. We always remember Krishna and never forget him. So, rules are meant to foster remembrance of Krishna. So in English we call them the do's. And all the regulations, the do-nots, are to help us from forgetting Krishna. There are two sides or two banks of a river. And the river of the mind, as Queen Kunti Devi says, let it flow like the Ganges, towards you. So for us, on this side are the rules, on this side are the regulations. Sometimes we think Krishna consciousness sometimes feels like all about do's and don'ts. They have their place, but they have a purpose. And the purpose is to foster remembrance of Krishna. So as long as we are remembering Krishna, or trying not to forget him, although to say not forgetting Krishna assumes that we are remembering. Because only if you remember, then you're saying that I'm forgetting. So once Srila Prabhupada in Mumbai asked, there was a big Pandal program and a lot of people had come. And suddenly Prabhupada turned into one of his disciples, at that time Giriraj Das Brahmachari, and told him, you should speak. So naturally to speak in front of the spiritual master is not easy, especially to a crowd and speak on philosophy, young devotees, and this is Srila Prabhupada on the side. So he tried to muster up some courage, and there's a particular verse that he was explaining, and he said that once in a while or sometimes we fall into Maya. And Srila Prabhupada cut him off. He said, sometimes you're always in Maya. Sometimes you remember Krishna. So our effort mostly as sadhakas is to make an attempt to remember Krishna. We have to somehow tell ourselves to remember Krishna. So when Arjuna says smriti labdha, right? This whole word is smara, means to remember. So you'll see the word smarana, smriti, etc. They're all coming from that root word. And this weekend, His Holiness Ramapada Maharaj wants us to take our Krishna consciousness to a next level by giving us all the necessary instructions, tools, I guess support, mercy, that we remember Krishna more actively. So in this verse, if you have the purport, what is the memory that is being revived? It says smriti labdha. So it's not like Arjuna said, I have to go on a war, Krishna, I can't find the chariot keys. Where are they? And suddenly says, now I remember. I put it in my coat pocket or something. So he's remembering something, smriti labdha. What is he remembering? His duty. Okay? Anyone else wants to give it a try? His duty? His position. Speak more. What is his end goal? Or what is his end goal? So he's sitting on the chariot with Krishna.
So to follow his instructions and then get closer as to be guided by him.
His 18 chapters of guidance are over. Anyone else? Okay. Huh? That I am the soul. He's remembering that I am the soul. Okay. You want to refine that further? That's in the right direction. That's right. I am the soul. Refine it further. Remembering to act within the relationship. Very good. And what is that relationship? Krishna is the master and Arjuna is the servant. So smriti labdha, my memory has been awakened, means I'm now remembering that I'm your servant. All this while, I think of myself as something else in relation to you. So Prabhupada writes in the purport, I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to struggle a little bit. The constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act according to order of the Supreme Lord. So one may ask, why? He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of the living entity is that of eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. A person may ask, why should I follow the instruction of Krishna? Why should I follow the instruction of scripture at all? Right? And if a person doesn't know or understand their true identity, then following scripture or approaching scripture has no meaning. It's irrelevant. For example, let's say, I'm trying to make up a scenario where that might be common to everyone here. Let's say. Okay, please forgive me for using this. I can't think of anything on the spur of the moment. Let's say, maybe a bad example, but anyway, we'll do it. Let's say somebody on the street is selling some drug, whatever. Okay, because in Rogers Park you can't think beyond that. But anyway, okay, some drugs. And you're walking on the street, and they call out, and they're calling out, they're Kishore, Gaur-Nitai, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramani. So they call out, hey, I have some drugs. Because no one calls out. I'm not good at this one, but you get the idea. Okay, they're calling out, they have some drugs. Okay. Would you pay attention? Even if, say no for now. Okay, just follow along. Say no. We say no because it's not relevant to us. Okay. So something that's not relevant to us does not get our attention. Something that is relevant to us gets our attention. So I'm going to tell you a joke. There was once a woman who found herself in a car accident. She had rear-ended someone else. Nothing happened to her. So the police came and she had to file a report at the police station. So the police officer asked, what color was the car? She said, I can't remember. Said, okay, do you know the license plate number? No, I don't remember. Okay. Do you remember anything? Yeah, the woman was driving the car ahead of me. Her earrings were very pretty. The point is, something that's not only relevant to that person gets their attention. For us also, we're like that. For men or women or whatever, there are certain things that are relevant to us, and those things get our attention. Everything else, you don't. Unless there is a need. And as soon as there is a need, you notice. For example, we have walked into this temple room, and I'm sure many of us might not have noticed certain things that are here and there. We have a general idea. We haven't noticed everything. Unless there is a need for that particular thing, then you notice. So one may ask, why is scripture relevant to me? So unless one realizes, or I shouldn't say realize, unless one comes to understand that I'm a servant of Krishna, scripture is not relevant. Because I don't have to follow it. That's what is the main message here. As soon as I understand that I'm a servant of Krishna, then the first order of business is to know, if I'm a servant, how am I supposed to carry out my services? If I'm a servant, I should know who the master is and how I'm supposed to serve the master. If I don't know that, I'll be fired. I need a manual. That's something that tells me, here are your services, this is how you do it, this is how you don't do it. So scripture is that manual. It's a book of services. And only when we approach it as a servant of Krishna, then we see the services. Otherwise, there are many persons who read the Bhagavad-gita and they get many things out of it other than, this is your service, you're supposed to do something. You get the idea? So Arjuna is saying that Smriti Labdha, now, oh, duh, I'm a servant of Krishna. That has been awakened. And that has been awakened by a particular medicine. Tvat prasadat, your mercy upon me. Now, this loss of memory, this amnesia, the cure for this kind of amnesia is mercy. There is no other way. There isn't a blue pill or a red pill or white or capsule or potion. The only medicine is mercy. And the disease that brings amnesia is called illusion. We're going to do a little thing on illusion. Okay. So this is just an overview for now. So unless this moha is removed, the illusion is removed, one's memory cannot be reinstated or reawakened. And for which we need mercy. Therefore we sing from morning till night 3 times a day, and throughout the day we're supposed to remember, my dear Krishna, it is your mercy in the form of the spiritual master and everything else that the spiritual master has offered to me, scripture, the Vaishnavas, a lifestyle, food, etc., is all different facets of your mercy upon me. Krishna is considered to be the ocean of mercy. So he is providing it to us. So Arjuna is acknowledging Tvat Prasadat. And the symptom of good health is Sthita. I'm fixed now. I'm fixed in my position as a servant. Gata Sandeha, all my doubts. Am I also the master once in a while? On Sunday maybe? Or on a special day, am I the master? Or at least if I'm not the master, am I not the servant? Is that okay at all? No, I'm very clear. All doubts have been removed. Because the medicine has worked. And Karishe Vachanam Tava, I'm ready for service. Whatever you say, I shall do. I'm ready for service. So this mercy acts in different ways for different people. I didn't have the time to compile a list, but I will tell you a story. And some of you have heard the story, and some of you may have not heard the story. The story of Yamunacharya. Yes? I've forgotten. That's very good. So we'll try to remind you. Okay. So this is Yamunacharya. I'll skip a bunch of history because it's very exciting and I'll get distracted and I'll forget. So Yamunacharya became a king of a very, very large area by the age of 12. Because he had previously defeated a super scholar. And the wager, the bet between the king and the queen was that if this young boy Yamuna wins over this super scholar by the name Kolahala, then he will get half the kingdom. And if he were to lose, the queen would shave her head. Anyway, that's a very fascinating story. Yamunacharya won the debate and suddenly he became king. And as he became king, then instead of eating in a leaf plate, every day he was eating in a golden plate. And instead of only rice and dal, he was eating what's called Raj Bhog. That's what kings eat. Raj Bhog is the enjoyment or the lunch for kings, fit for kings. And he had servants whisking and fanning him. All he had to do was raise his finger if he wanted something. just make a little indication, and immediately many persons would run to fulfill his smallest of desires. And instead of a torn, simple dhoti, he was wearing exotic, expensive silk, jewelry, pearls, gold, and lying down on silken beds, etc., etc. So he was having time of his life. And in this course of things, he forgot that he was a devotee of Krishna. Moha, and so what is this? Nashta smritir moha labdha. That was his condition. He became enamored and became completely illusioned and forgot that he's a servant of Krishna. Many years passed by, and it didn't seem like Yamuna would come back to becoming a powerful spiritualist as he previously was. His grandfather, Natha Muni, was very concerned. Because there is a saying that if you have a very intelligent child, then you don't need to leave behind great wealth. Most people work so that they can take care of their family, right? So if you have a very capable child, you don't need to acquire enough money. Why? Because they will take care of themselves. If you have a complete dodo as a child, even then you don't need to acquire enough money. Why? They will waste it. So either way, you don't need to. So that's the saying. We may not realize it, but that's the saying. So Natha Muni was concerned. Such an amazing young man. He's wasting away his life. He has so much that he can offer the world. He can revive the whole world back to God consciousness, but he is completely squandering it and wantonly enjoying himself in very sensual pleasures. So he wondered what to do. And he called upon his very dear friend and assistant by the name Rama Mishra. And he told him, please do something. So Rama Mishra said, all right, I'll go to this place where Yamunacharya is. He's the king. I may not even get the audience of the king. It's not like you just call and say, can I talk to you? Can I meet you? You have no access to the king easily. Right? If you have to meet your senator here, or forget about the president of the United States, of course nobody wants to meet him, or that's a whole different thing. But suppose you have to. It's not easy. You can't just walk up to the White House and say, I just showed up, I want to meet the press. It's not easy. So Rama Mishra thought a lot, how is it that I can get access? He thought about it, came up with an idea. He found a very special spinach that he knew Yamuna liked very much. So he took that spinach and went to meet the head chef, the royal chef. And he gave him that spinach and said, please make this for the king. I know he will like it very much because we're from the same town. We know, if you're from a particular place, everyone likes a kind of food. So I know he likes that. And he said, I'll bring supply every day, continue for him, cook for him, because he will not say, why the same thing. The chef said, all right, if I can cook for the king something new, I get brownie points. So he cooked that spinach. Yamuna liked it very much. So he cooked it the next day too. Now usually if you know kings and their way of life, they don't want to repeat anything again. The challenge for a royal chef is to keep coming up with new things. Otherwise, if it's the same thing again and again, not only will he lose his job, he'll lose his head. But the spinach preparation, that was the standard dish every day. And Yamuna did not complain. He liked it. He ate it again and again and again every day for almost a few months, perhaps a year. So he became used to it. He started expecting it. So one day, Rama Mishra did not supply that spinach. It was a whole year. So when he didn't supply the spinach, the cook didn't make it. He made something else and sent it. So when the plate came for Yamuna to eat, he started looking for that spinach dish because he's been used to eating it the whole year. And when he was not there, he said, I'm missing it. Where is it? Right? Usually when you miss, when it's not there, that's when you say, oh, I'm missing it. So he called the royal chef. I said, why didn't you make the spinach today? He said, today no supply. Restaurant depot was closed. There was no supply. I said, well, where have you been getting the supply for a whole year? Well, such and such person would bring. So Yamuna said, bring that person to me. So it took a whole year of strategizing how to access the king. And now he was right in front of Yamuna. So he asked him, why didn't you bring me the spinach? So he told him, no, this was just a way to be in front of you. But I have a message for you. The message I have is that your grandfather Nath Muni is very concerned for you, because he has left behind a very amazing treasure for you. And he wants you to have that treasure. Now you take a king, you tell him there's treasure waiting for you. It's like bringing fuel very close to fire. The king didn't say, we'll go later. He said, hey, right now, an opportunist, right? I want to go right now. Treasure? Sure, let's go. So he brought Yamuna from wherever he was. He said, and the treasure, as if it was like an Indiana Jones said, the treasure is on an island. And it is within 7 layers of obstacles. So Yamuna became even more curious. Wow, on an island, let's go, let's go. So he brought him to the island called Sri Rangam, which is on all 4 sides covered by the river Kaveri. And then there are 7 gates to enter this main temple. And he took him through those 7 gates and brought him in front of the deity of Ranganath and told him, this is the treasure he has left for you, that you have forgotten, that you have left behind. Running around, useless treasure. This is the treasure. And Yamuna, by that whole experience, suddenly awakened and remembered, my gosh, what have I been doing? What have I been doing? I have completely forgotten the real purpose of my life. Immediately, he gave up his royal position and became Yamunacharya and spent the rest of his life bringing others into the fold of God consciousness. So that is this Smriti Labdha Nashta Moha. And it was the mercy of Nathamuni that somehow found its way through spinach and brought him there. So this Tvat Prasadan that Arjuna is saying, Tvat Prasadan Maya Achyuta, should not be taken lightly. It's the cure. It's a very, very special, yet often not fully used or utilized aspect in Krishna consciousness. That for remembering Krishna, there has to be this catalyst called mercy of Krishna or Guru. Therefore, you'll find in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami gives 64 items by which one can remember Krishna. It's a long list. You should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that. There's a whole list. You should worship Tulsi, you should drink Charanamrut, you should smell the incense, smell the flowers offered to the deity, come for Arati. It's a whole long list. But those 64 are topped by 3. And those 3 are that one must find a spiritual master in life. Second, one must render devotional service to that spiritual master. And third, one must take initiation, which means one should take instructions and dedicate one's life to that service in that relationship. These three top the other 61. If we do the other 61, there is benefit, no doubt. But without the three, it's not possible. So anyway, that's this line, Tvat prasadan maya achyuta. So my time's up. Any questions or comments? You see how, and interestingly, this verse is at the end of the Bhagavad-gita. In the beginning of Bhagavad-gita, Arjuna loses his memory. He becomes illusioned. He tells Krishna, I'm completely illusioned. And so Krishna, through his instructions for the whole 18 chapters, brings him to the point that his memory is reawakened again. So the idea is to remember, I'm a servant of Krishna. As soon as we remember I'm a servant of Krishna, remembering Krishna is, we say, automatic. Any comments, questions? This is a very wonderful verse. Yeah. We would like you to be on the mic. So whatever you say shall be recorded for the rest of history.
Moha and Smriti, these two words, are they opposite to each other? Smriti is getting...
No, one is the disease, one is the medicine. They're not antonyms.
Okay.
They're not antonyms. One is the disease, the other is the cure or the medicine.
Thank you.
Any other question, comment? I was going to tell you another story, but I don't have time.
Remembering a story that Vaisheshika Prabhu said about there was a bird stuck in his house and he was chasing it around trying to help it out of a window, but the bird was afraid of him and he kept running away from Vaisheshika Prabhu. So it's kind of similar to, like, I feel like we're almost afraid of getting the mercy fully.
Thank you. Which reminds me of a little... Are you very hungry? You have a few minutes to do a little exercise? If you're hungry, please feel free to go. No, you will not offend me, you will not upset me. We won't even look at you, so we won't embarrass you or anything. You're free to go. If you have a few more minutes, we'll do a little quick thing. Okay? This moha has certain features. Okay? It says moha. Moha is illusion. Can you make a list of the different features of illusion? Shout out, you don't have to write it down. Raise your hand quickly, we'll go through a list. What are some features of illusion? Very good. I am the body. Another feature that always goes with I am the body? Huh? I am the master. Very good. Another one that goes with I am the body? This is mine. What else? So first is bodily conception, my conception. I am the enjoyer. What else? I'm also the sufferer. That the victim mentality is also moha. What else? I'm the controller. Or I don't have any control. I cannot do anything in my situation. Absolutely. I am completely helpless. That is also moha. Is it true that we are completely helpless? No. I do. Thank you. Why me? Exactly. Or, what's the other side? Why not me? When something good happens, why them? Why not me? This is all moha. What else? Fear. Fear is another one. Another? Tomorrow. Hemangi's session, she will deal more with this and just giving you a sense of ideas of how moha is, different aspects. Fear, lamentation, pride, anger, whatever, disappointment. They're all different kaleidoscopic arrangements of moha. And a good doctor cures the root cause of disease. So generally we say that the root cause is ignorance. Right? That ignorance is this moha. It is because of moha there is ignorance. And so the general example we're given is Krishna is like the sun, bright, effulgent, warm. And when you turn away from Krishna, the first thing we see is shadow. So the ignorance or turning away from Krishna brings ignorance. And turning towards Krishna brings enlightenment. So there's a beautiful verse. I like verses. I can't do it like Dravida Prabhu, but I like verses. There's a beautiful verse in Mukunda Mala Stotra that Prabhupada wrote commentaries on, and we were reciting it recently. That talks about this. It says, Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. This person is giving a police report. When you go to the police, you say, I have been robbed. Things have been stolen from me. So King Kulashekara is filing a report. It says, Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. Chorair prabho balibhir indriya namadheye. Mohanda kupa kuhare vinipatitasya. Devesha deva maidehi kripavalokam. Maidehi karavalambam. Sorry. So he said, I have been robbed. My greatest treasure, Mahadhanasya, has been robbed. And that great treasure is Viveka, my ability to discern that I am a servant of Krishna. That has been robbed. And there are 5 thieves. Andhasya me hrita viveka mahadhanasya. Chorair, 5. The thieves have been. Chorair prabho balibhir indriya. They're very strong thieves. They're called the senses. And after plundering from me, after stealing from me, these 5 have pushed me into a dark well. They're holding me hostage. They've pushed me into a dark well. Moha andhakupa. Kuhare. Kuhare means to the very bottom. Vinipatitasya. They've pushed me down. I've fallen down there. Devesha Deva. O the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mamadehi Karavalambam. Please extend your hand and pull me out. So very beautiful. The Karavalambam, Lambana means to extend. So Karavalambam means please extend your hand and pull me out. So like he says, Tvat prasadan mayachyuta. Without your mercy, I cannot come out of this dark well of illusion, moha. Okay. Any other question, comment, thought? Since I've constantly said Tvat prasadat, Tvat prasadat, Tvat prasadat, so Krishna's Tvat prasada is downstairs. Yes. Now she's responsible for delaying prasadam, not me.
So in the verse which you just mentioned,
this one?
No.
The
Mukundamala.
Yes.
So you were mentioning 5. Can you please explain what those 5 were?
The 5 senses are the thieves. Like we hear that the 5 senses are the horses of the chariot. King Kulashekara says that the 5 senses are the thieves. And they have robbed me. They're very strong. Mahabalibir. and they've pushed me into the well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow after Vibhu Chaitanya's announcements. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.